Hello, hello, hi. Oh, I didn't put that in my Facebook post. I didn't put the extra hello in there. I'm so sorry. Okay, hello, hello, hi. Welcome, welcome to Bare Bones Kitchen. Cheers. Cheers. Tonight I am drinking some Malibu rum, some sparkling watermelon water, and some Midori on top of it. Why? Because I can. This is what I have. I have no beer, so I've been drinking these and talking with my friend Stephanie for the last 2 hours because I'm on day 3 of not smoking, and today was an extra special test, and I love an extra special test. It makes my heart and soul happy. My heart and soul happy. Heart and soul, in case you didn't get that, because I may have them words a little bit slurry. I might have had a few of these. Okay, I might have had a few of those. Alright, so I have my Colby chicken that I bought from Safeway. You know, them 4 for $20, man. They got you. They just got you. If you have a Safeway near you, you need to go check it out. See if your Safeway has it. 4 for $20. It's perfect for a family of 4. Okay. I actually purchased this a couple of weeks ago, and it was a big ass package of it for $10. And since it's just me and Zane, I just threw it in freezer bags. And so, guess what? I thought it out. And now we're going to make some Colby chicken. I have a little bit of coleslaw mix, which is very cheap, by the way. Usually less than $2, but it's just sliced cabbage. And then I have some delicious ramen noodles, because we're going to go old school with the very first episode of BBK ever, with them ramen noodles. And I took out the little packets. I took out the little spice packets. We don't need that. That's just different flavors of salt. We don't need that salt. I'd rather use my salt. So just ditch that. You don't need that. We're just going for the noodles anyhow. All right. I'm going to get a little bit of olive oil, though. Thank you, Brenda. How are you? How are you? All right. And I also pulled out some of the mirepoix from 2 weeks ago. Hello, Miss Steph. I feel like we just talked. Oh, wait, we did. All right. I got some of these onions. I'm not going to do so many of the carrots because there's carrots in my coleslaw, okay? And this is mostly going to be onions anyways, because remember, with a mirepoix, it's a 2 to 1 to 1 ratio. So your onions are 2, your carrots are 1, and your celery is 1. So I'm just going to pull out a little bit of these. Zane's not going to be down for this anyways, even though he's going to eat it because, you know what? His little butt is hungry. That's what. That's what. Put that back in there because it's just frozen, so I don't want it to unfreeze, because then it gets weird. When you freeze and unfreeze things, there's little tiny molecules in there that explode. So that's why if you have fresh stuff and you put it in the freezer and then you try to refreeze it, it's already exploded, so it just kind of turns to mush. That's the science behind that, y'all. That's it right there. All right. Let me find some sort of utensil here. What kind of fun accomplishments have you guys endured this week so far? I think we're on Wednesday, right? We're on Wednesday. Yes, we're on Wednesday. Since I have a great accomplishment, that whole 3 days. And again, today was quite extreme, quite challenging. Then I have a jackass of a supervisor. God forbid I say manager, because in my business that's not allowed. Every time he talks to me, he goes, "Don't you wish you were smoking right now?" I'd be like, "Yes, I freaking do. Shut up, asshole." Just rinsing my hands, y'all. Just rinsing my hands. Actually, I'm washing them because I touched chicken. But I'm being a good girl. I'm being a good girl. I'm not going to smoke. I'm not doing it this time. I don't want to smell. I don't want to be a stinky smoker anymore. Seth, that's not to say that you're a stinky smoker. That totally came out wrong. Or anybody's a stinky smoker. I'm just a horrible smoker. I've always been a horrible smoker. Don't like the way it smells, don't like the way it tastes, don't like the way it makes me feel. But then I kind of like the way it makes me feel, and it's like a good crutch, and pretty much the only way you get a break at any business. And I've worked in a lot of businesses. Like, the only way you get a break is if you're a smoker. So, there we have it. Don't listen to Troy. I don't listen to Troy. But he did send me another message. I'll have to forward that to you when I'm done with this. Because, you know, sometimes people think they walk on water until they actually try to step on the lake. Alright, I'm going in with a little bit of salt. Again, I've just got my little bit of mirepoix in here. My chicken. I'm going to go in with some of this salt. I don't really remember how this Kalbi seasoning is spiced. So I'm not going to put too awful many extra seasonings in there. There's nothing worse than forgetting what it tastes like and then dumping a bunch of salt in there and it turns out it's really salty. So just, you know, you do you. If you already know it's not very salty and you kind of like a little bit more salt, because it's always going to enhance. It's either going to enhance or it's going to make you feel like you're sucking on a chunk of salt. But you can always put more in. You can't take any out. My peppers. That's why the trifecta is safe for me. Sure, sometimes it could be more flavorful. Okay, sometimes it could be. But sometimes people way over-season stuff too. Just be mindful. Be mindful of stuff like that. This one might take a little bit longer tonight. Kind of flipping stuff over, make sure that we're getting it cooked on all sides. This is chicken thighs, so it does tend to take a little bit longer than the chicken breasts, but I'm just going to let it cook for a while. You guys probably are not going to see the entire result until I post a picture, but maybe we'll see. I just did some nice little slices in here. Some of these chunks are super big. I really should have gone in with the knife the other way and made them a little bit smaller. All right. Just tuned in. What are we making? We're making just some old school. We're taking it old school way back to BBK's very first episode. We got some ramen noodles. Because you know what? Everybody's got ramen noodles. I got a little bit of Kalbi chicken here. A little bit of mirepoix, which your mirepoix is going to include onions, carrot, celery. You've got 2 parts onions, 1 part carrot, 1 part celery. Unless you're super wild and crazy and you dismiss the carrots for turnips, then you're just going to have 1 part of turnips instead of the carrots. And that's going to depend on what you're doing, honestly. It's going to depend on what you're doing. No joke. And cheers to you, Wheeler's Twisted Humor. Love it. All right. We might have it browned on all sides, which is a good thing for me. Good thing for me. But again, it's not chicken breast, so it's going to take a little bit longer to cook all the way through. Why that is, I don't really know. It's just the way that science works, I guess. I don't know. That dark meat just takes a little bit longer to cook. But it smells heavenly. It smells super good in here. If you guys didn't see my post the other day, the sad beer cast boys, they used to be my sister's neighbors when she lived where she used to live, and now she lives in a completely different spot. All right, I got my little coleslaw, okay? So I'm going to add that to my chicken. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. It'll be great. Okay. They are doing an awesome little adventure where they're bringing some Pacific Northwest, I guess, beers, wines, spirits to a specific location. I can't really remember where it's at. I'm not going to lie. But if you've got a favorite one, let them know. Let them know what your favorite one is so they can take that with them too. And if you want to contribute, cool too. They're super great guys. They always have lots of good beer recommendations. So make sure you check them out. I posted something the other day about them. Now remember, you guys, cabbage cooks up quickly. Again, we do have some carrots in here. Those are going to take a little bit longer, but your cabbage is going to cook up very quickly. And then I've got my now super big noodles because I've soaked them in hot water. So we're just going to get busy on some of these. Making a stir-fried noodle, yo. And some of that water, it's okay if the water gets in there, you guys. It's okay. Because that water's going to help everything steam up a little bit. So it's okay if some of that water gets in there. But I do think that I need to switch my little spatula here for some tongs. If you don't have tongs, that's okay. You can continue to use a spoon or a spatula. We don't judge around here. At least we pretend not to. Maybe. Okay, sometimes I pretend, but sometimes I don't. I'm not very good at pretending. I'm pretty much what you see is what you get. If you have some sort of fun sauce you want to add to this, do that. If you don't have a sauce and you want it to be more flavorful, take one of these little packets. Just one. If you're doing 2 packs of your noodles, take just one, sprinkle it on top, add a little tiny bit of water. It's going to mix it up very nicely. It's going to give you a nice little sauce at the bottom. And that's how we're going to roll. This is it. This is it. Again, my very, very, very first episode was very similar to this. And Jasmine and Tyler, my 2 oldest children, were like 1 and 2 when I would make this. And I had to make more than this because the 2 of them would plow through this. They loved it. It was like their favorite. But what kid doesn't love a noodle, right? Like, what kid doesn't love noodles? Most kids love noodles. So stop depriving your children of noodles. I'm just kidding. Again, not my place to judge. Not my place to judge. All right, you guys, I'm going to let this cook. I'm going to pour up a big old healthy heaping of it into a nice little bowl. Take a little picture of it for y'all. And that is it. Again, YouTube is completely uploaded and up to date, minus maybe today and Monday's episode, because I haven't got that far yet. You can't expect all of that from me right now. You just can't. 3 days of not smoking, I'm not thinking very clearly right now. All right. Keep showing up. Keep sharing love. Y'all keep showing up. So do I. I appreciate you joining me tonight. And I will see you all on... We did Suck It Up Saturday last weekend, so I'll see you all on Monday. Have a good evening.